Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's edition of Intuitive Angling. And man, I really appreciate you guys coming by to watch the video and spend some time with me today. Really appreciate that. And guys, today I'm going to show you what is probably one of my favorite ways to catch bass in the month of August, and that's with the Megabass Body Balance Swim Bait Head and the 4-inch Megabass Spark Shad. This combination is super unique. I'm going to talk about how to rig it up, how to fish it, and the type of areas you need to look for. And definitely think it's going to add up to some good fish for you guys all through, really between now through the first part of September. It works pretty good, so we'll cover that in today's video. Also guys, just a quick invitation out there. Anyone interested in becoming a channel member here of Intuitive Angling, you can do that by going to my Intuitive Angling homepage. You'll see a little thing that says join. Click that for information. And channel members, guys, they get extra videos every week that are not seen by the public. I usually leave some of my more secretive stuff for the channel members out there, stuff that I don't really share with the public all that much. So that's a good perk for that. And also some memberships come with you can get my email address so you can email me all your personal fishing questions and I'd be happy to answer them. So much appreciated if you check that out. Excuse me, guys. Okay, guys, I'm going to show you how to rig this up here. This is this combination has been around for a while, but for whatever reason, a lot of people have not caught on to it, or they haven't adopted it for summertime fishing. A lot of people, when they think about swim baits, they think about swim baits being good, during the pre-spawn and the winter time of the year. But when you're fishing for offshore fish in the summertime of the year, hard structure places, that is, I'm not talking about live scoping out in open water. I'm talking about hard structures like drop-offs, ledges, brush piles, that type of deal. This is probably the best thing you can throw for this time of year. So what it is, I'm going to show you the components, and I'm going to show you how to rig them, and we'll talk about it. This is the Megabass Body Balance Head, guys. Super realistic looking fish head. It's got a really nice 3/0 hook in it, a really good keeper. Just look at that keeper, guys. It's got two barbs, metal barbs that you can't even hardly get your bait on. You almost have to tear the bait off of there, when you want to get it off, so the fish will never pull it off. And the unique thing about this is the flat planing head on the bottom, which allows this thing to scoot along the bottom, and that's how you fish it. You don't fish this horizontal in the water column, you drag it along the bottom. So you couple it up there with the Megabass 4-inch Spark Shad. And also, guys, I'll link both of these in my Tackle Warehouse link in the description of this video if you guys want to pick up some. But the Spark Shad comes in several different sizes. I prefer the 4-inch size. Variety of colors, just depending upon what your water clarity is. But it's really simple to rig. Just come right through the head of it. And it's super important, guys, when you're rigging this thing, to come right through the center of the bait. Just take your time, and you can see the hook coming through there, and go real slow, and you want to come through about half the bait with it, and then you push it up on there slow, and it sets and seats really nicely like that. So look at that, like perfect size. It's about a 4.5-inch bait set up like that. That's the way it's rigged. Then you've got that flat conical head on the bottom. So like I said, this thing is designed to set on the bottom like that and reel it along the bottom, and I'll show you how you want to fish it here. So in order to take advantage of that, let me talk a little bit about how you want to fish it, as far as how you want to reel it in, set it up, and then we'll talk about the specific areas. But most of the time I'm fishing this, I usually use 15 to 17 pound test Seaguar Vizex line and some type of a 7 foot 2-inch medium heavy bait cast rod. I use that Megabass Perfect Pitch most of the time for it. And what I do with it is I'm fishing it on, my favorite places is points. If you guys have a long flat point, this is like a perfect spot to fish it. Most all lakes have it. I don't care if you're on Ozark Lakes or Lake Hartwell in South Carolina, Tennessee lakes, whatever, you're gonna have some long flat points. That's probably my favorite. The second is if you're on some type of a ledge lake, like all the TVA lakes, or if you do have some type of ledge in the lake that you're fishing. And thirdly, on those points, if you do have some type of hard structure like rock piles or brush piles, that even makes it better. This has probably been the most successful for me. I look for the part of the lake that has water visibility sort of in that 2 to 4 foot range. That's ideal for this deal as far as the technique to work. So 2 to 4 foot range and long flat point, usually in anywhere between say 10 to 30 foot of water, depending upon your water clarity. If you've got water visibility of around 3 feet, In the summertime, if your thermocline is not real defined, you're still going to have some fish on the bottom in 30 foot of water. So, but ideally, as far as the sort of the magic zone for me has been that 15 to 25 foot zone. So that's what I'm looking. But mainly, guys, what I do is I'll make a long cast. Like I say, I'll get out on that point. I'll sort of set up where I can see a break, or maybe I'll graph the point. I'll look for any type of, cover down there like brush or rocks. Throw it out there, let it hit the bottom, and then I just sort of drag it along the bottom, pull it, drag it like that, like a football head jig. And sometimes I'll reel it, a little bit faster to try to get it just off the bottom and then let it fall down. But I don't ever want it to get over about 6 inches off the bottom. So I'm always trying to make bottom contact. And if I feel that I've lost it, I let it sink back down a little bit. But sort of that combination of just crawling along the bottom like that, let it come up, crawl along the bottom like that. And most of the time when they get it, you'll just feel your line go mushy and it will start swimming out. Once in a while, you'll feel, the fish just tick it a little bit, but usually it's a pretty subtle strike. And it's just been a really good producer during the hot summer. It's like when the fishing is really tough and it's hard to get a bite, for whatever reason, they really respond to a swim bait, probably even better than like a Texas rig or a football head jig. A lot of different reasons for that. Maybe they're feeding on shad that are a little bit deeper, but the transition I see throughout the course of the summer when I'm fishing those deeper areas like ledges and points is like in the month of June, June specifically, they bite a deep diving crankbait, a big worm, and a football head jig really good on the points. And in July, it seems like I catch more fish like on a big worm, like a 10 or 12 inch worm. But when August rolls around, I can't hardly catch anything on a deep diving crankbait, and the worm and the jig bite dies off, but you can keep catching them on the Megabass Body Balance and the Spark Shad. So anyway, guys, just give it a try. It's something that I've caught them all over the place, man. I've caught them everywhere I've thrown it, this time of year. Again, I'll link everything in the description of the video, and hope it helps you guys catch a few. We'll talk later.